Yes, my people, welcome back to another episode of Ask the Fans. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, but off the back of what we saw against Palace, that 3-0 defeat was a painful one. It threw up a lot of questions for Mikel Arteta on who he should start this Saturday against Brighton, due to the injury of Tierney, who's now going to be out for the rest of the season, and the doubt for Partey being available on Saturday. I'll be asking the people here, who would you start against Brighton? Let's get into this one. Come on. So Saturday, we take on Brighton here at the Emirates. I want to ask you, if you were manager, how would you set up against Brighton this Saturday?
I think Tavares, you just after what we saw against Crystal Palace, you just can't trust him to go put in a shift consistently.
Yeah.
So I would go back three. And then I also think you need Partey to kind of protect the back four if we're going to be solid back there. So I'd go back three.
If he's not available, Partey, due to obviously he come off against Palace with his injured quad, who would you put in there?
Well, I think then you'd have to bring Xhaka back since he's been playing more forward. So I think you just have to become a little more defensive against teams since you don't have him to really you can trust him to build up the play. But Lokonga, you've seen in the season, he's been a little shaky sometimes in the back. So yeah, I think we need to go back three with Xhaka and Lokonga pretty much patrolling the back line to make sure there's no mistakes back there.
Okay. What about going and your kind of front three? Who are you looking at? Front three, front four. Who would you look at? Would you bring Pepe back in or
front three? So if we went to a back three, I think we could use Saka as a wing back. So then you could put in Smith Rowe, Martinelli, and Saka,
nice,
and Lacazette and Ødegaard. So that's what I would do for basically a front five.
Yeah. But
Saka could also drop back and then play that left back role as well too.
Nice. Okay, let me end with a score prediction from you, mate.
2-0 to the Arsenal, probably.
Come on. Arteta's got a lot of conundrums to work out. Who would you play? What do you think he should go with?
At the back, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Tierney being out's a massive loss. Tavares is struggling for form, isn't he? He's just not looked the same since it was a Liverpool game a while back, wasn't it?
Since he did that pass back.
I'm tempted to say you need to take him out of the team for a little while.
Okay.
But obviously we're struggling for options. So we desperately need Tavares back, right back. So I'm tempted. I was having this discussion actually with my mate earlier on WhatsApp, and he's saying drop Ben White into left back and put Holding there. I mean, I'd be tempted to say the opposite. Maybe let's keep Holding because of the Gabriel partnership, and put Holding at left back.
Okay.
So, or maybe there's obviously the option with Xhaka being there.
Yeah.
But again, it's that partnership with Partey that he's built up.
Yeah.
You don't want to disturb that, but then there's a question mark over Partey, isn't there?
And if he's not available, what would you decide in that midfield? It's so difficult.
The problem we've got is that we didn't make any signings in January. Now I'm a bit mixed with that as an Arsenal fan. We made a lot of signings in January for years where it was for the sake of it.
Right.
And we ended up being stuck with players like Mustafi for years that we couldn't get rid of. So I was kind of glad that they didn't just make signings for the sake of it, but I think it's catching up with us now.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's a tricky, that midfield's a tough one, isn't it? What do you do? I mean, you could argue that you could bring back in Martinelli, drop Smith Rowe in there. So there's options there, but we're starting to get a bit lean now.
We are.
So I think it's a case of desperately just try and get top four somehow.
Yeah.
And even if we don't, I get the feeling because of the January sort of stance, I get the feeling that probably got people lined up anyway to bring in. 100%. So yeah.
Okay, give me a score prediction for Saturday.
I don't know. I think it's a game.
The injuries that
I know. Yeah, to be honest, I'll take anything, but I'll say 2-0. I'll say 2-0.
Okay, let me ask little man over here hiding away with his Arsenal top. Who's been your favourite player this season?
You like? I think Saka. You like, don't you?
Saka.
Yeah.
Saka.
Okay. Have you got a score prediction for me for Saturday? What do you think the score's going to be against Brighton?
What do you think? Do you think Arsenal will win? How many goals?
Arsenal win, yeah. How many goals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
3.
Three goals. I'll say 3-0 from Little Man. Let's hope it stays like that. Who would you go with in the starting 11 this Saturday?
I would go with, if Tommy is ready. Otherwise, Cedric, of course. Ben White, Gabriel, Ramsdale. I would still go with Tavares.
Still go with him, yeah?
Even though he had a pretty bad game. But I still, we should go with Martinelli on the side. I think they'll have a better connection than with Midfield row. It hasn't been good. Lokonga probably instead of Partey. I don't think he will be fit with Xhaka. Saka on the right.
Yep.
Of course, no question.
Yep, 100%.
And of course Odegaard, and like I said, at the top.
So you drop Smith Rowe out of your 11, yeah?
I just think he's at the moment better as when he's coming in. It's has much more impact to the team than if he's starting, and Martinelli is just phenomenal on the left.
Okay.
And the connection with Tavares is better than with Smith Rowe.
Yeah, very true.
It's,
Now, how are you feeling ahead of this game? Are you confident? Give me like how you think the game's gonna go, and give me a score prediction.
I think it's gonna be good. I think they will bounce back.
Yeah.
I think like 3-1, 3-0.
3-1, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
3-0 as well, yeah? Confident.
I think so.
Okay.
I think they'll bounce back. They want to show that we're still on it, still on the Champions League track. So that's what I'm thinking.
So, Arsenal fan, yeah?
Yes.
Who's your favourite player been this season?
Smith Rowe.
Smith Rowe. Okay. Let me ask you, what do you think the score is going to be on Saturday against Brighton?
2-2.
2-2. Not a win for Arsenal. 2-2 a draw.
2-2.
Okay. Do you think we'll get top 4 this season?
Yes.
Yes. Good man. Good man. Are you confident? Do you think we'll beat Tottenham as well when we play them?
Yes.
Good man. Give me some respect. Okay. Let me pop up to you, sir. Let me ask you, if you were manager this Saturday, there's a lot of injuries. Obviously, Tierney's out. Partey's potentially going to be out as well. Who would you start this Saturday against Brighton?
Well, Lockinger.
Yeah.
I think he deserves.
The Congo and the Tavares, yeah.
Yeah, and Tavares obviously didn't play very well the other night. I think that's it. We haven't got many players to replace him, have we? But listen, the confidence has got to get back. We've just got to, forget Palace. It's one of those things. It's tough to get fourth this year. Our running's not great, but let's see what happens. I think the crowd's going to be important here.
Yeah.
But the big games are going to be, United,
Tottenham,
Chelsea. If we're overachieving at the moment, aren't we? Really?
Do you believe? I mean, yeah. From the start of the season, I'd say so. But do you think, with no European football and just week in, week out games, do you think Arteta is overachieving still?
I don't think we've got a good squad, man. It's the money, isn't it? We've allowed ourselves to drop down to about 8th, 9th, and the big players don't want to come to us. So we just got to slowly build up. It's not maybe not happen this year, but we'll see.
Okay, let me end with a score prediction from you for against Brighton on Saturday.
2-0.
2-0. Confident.
Arsenal.
I would go with the usual 11, actually.
Yeah.
But I would prefer Tavares also on the left back.
Yeah.
But
what about Partey? If Partey's not available, which is looking like he's probably going to be out because he's got that recurrent quad injury, who would you put in the midfield?
I would go with Lokonga and Xhaka.
Yeah.
Yeah. The usual. I think they play good together.
No El Neni?
He's good. That's not a problem. You could use him. You could use him. Yeah. I think you could use him.
Over Lokonga?
It depends on how Lokonga is playing.
Okay, fair.
I think his performance is very windy. You don't know where he's at sometimes.
Very windy like today.
Very windy like today.
Okay, let me ask you about the front three then in front. So would you have Saka, Martinelli, Martin Odegaard, and then Lacazette up front, or would you bring Smith Rowe in?
I think I would use Smith Rowe from the bench first. Okay. Like we've used him before, because he's usually pretty good from the bench actually.
Yeah.
And you just go with Martinelli, Saka, and Lacazette and Odegaard.
Yeah. No Pepe?
It depends on how clinical he is. I think he's good and all. That's not a problem. But yeah.
More clinical than Lacazette.
Okay.
Yeah, very more clinical than Lacazette.
Give me a score prediction to round up.
I'm going for a 4-0.
4-0?
I hope so.
Okay, very confident. Especially after, so they think they're going to bounce back from Palace. They think they're going to return with a nice 4-0 here at Emirates.
They need to prove they can win over Brighton. If they just win 1-0, oh my lord.
Do you know what? I love the confidence. I want to ask you then, 4-0, who scores those goals? Because Lacazette hasn't scored an open play for a long time.
I hope he scores, but I don't think he's going to score at all.
So who gets the 4 goals?
Saka.
Yep.
He's going to score 2, I think. Yeah. And then it's going to get picked out, and just Pepe might go and score for the bench.
Yep.
I could see Martinelli also score 1.
Well, obviously, same back 4 or 5 even, Ramsdale, but obviously Cedric, Nuno Tavares, even though he's a bit raw, he's the only one that who could play there, to be honest. Yeah, so hopefully he doesn't get subbed off after 30 minutes like he normally does. But like midfield, I think Lokonga's got to step up. Got to just hold the midfield with Xhaka, because I see him sometimes. He's playing on the wing sometimes, Xhaka. But
So would you keep Xhaka deeper for this game?
Yeah, probably, but he'll probably end up still drifting forward, get his normal yellow card. But apart from that, Lacazette, he needs to start getting some goals. Saka got to start. Odegaard and Martinelli, same. Yeah, same start. Even though I think he pulled up after. So if so, Smith Rowe.
Yeah. No Pepe.
Pepe bench. I always want him to come on, but he never. If you're lucky, you might get 20 minutes against the other side. But apart from that, same lineup, but with Nuno Tavares and Lokonga.
Okay. No word for Mohamed El Neni for you then.
No, Mohamed El Neni. He could come in. That's if we're going defensive. But if we're going more of attacking, then Lokonga, yeah.
Okay. Give me a score prediction. How you think the game's going to go on Saturday?
Hopefully we get a couple goals and keep clean sheets. So 2-0. 2-0 would be very nice.
Who gets those goals for you?
I think Saka.
Yep.
And
It's tough. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
Because we're not scoring loads of goals. Who's the second?
probably Odegaard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Odegaard.
Okay, so we got Brighton on Saturday.
Yep.
There's bare injuries. We spoke off camera and you said, what do we do? What do we do this Saturday? What would you do if you was in Arteta's shoes for lineup wise?
I back Nuno to do all right against Brighton. I think Lamptey might be an issue because he's fit, but Saka can go left back. Could go 5 at the back, maybe put Xhaka left back.
So out of all them options, which one would you want to see the most?
I think start Nuno. I trust Nuno for now.
I'm with you in that.
If it don't work, put Saka left back. I think Sambi came on and looked all right last game.
He
looked calm. So obviously
no El Neni?
No El Neni. My uncle hates El Neni, so yeah, I don't know. I like him though. My dad loves him as well. So
yeah, but
we'll see.
We put Lokonga in there next to Xhaka.
I'll put Lokonga in there next to Xhaka. You could maybe put Smith Rowe in there next to Xhaka. And then, I don't know, but I'd only do that if he was 5 at the back. So, yeah, we've got a couple options. I think we can do the business, so, yeah, we'll see.
All right. Let me ask you about Lacazette quickly. Would you start him as well, or do you think it's time to see Martinelli?
I'd start Lacazette. Obviously, I saw like 16 games he hasn't scored from open play or something. Yeah. But I think he looked off it last game. But I'm a big fan of Lacazette, to be honest. I like his hold-up work, and I think he works hard for the team. And I trust him. I don't know if Martinelli's never really played striker, so. All right. Yeah, I'll start Lacazette against Brighton.
Let me finish with a score prediction. How confident are you with these injuries? How confident do you think we can get the result?
Yeah, no, I'm confident. I don't think they'll score. I think we can get a couple, maybe 2-0.
Yeah?
I'll say 2-0. I'll say 2-0. Yeah.
All right, who scores? Those two.
If Smith Rowe starts, he's my favourite player, so I'll say Smith Rowe, and I think Saka will score.
So that's it for this episode of Ask the Fans. You've heard from the fans here around the ground. Hopefully this Saturday we don't take an L against Brighton. But this is why Arteta gets paid the money he does. It's his decisions, and it's going to be very crucial that he gets them right this Saturday against Brighton. Now I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Who would you start against Brighton? Do you bring in El Neni? Do we put Saka left back? Is it time for Martinelli to go up top instead of Lacazette? Let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on Ask the Fans.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.